I always dreamed of a hidden sanctuary, so I found a breathtaking rugged cliffside rock wall to carefully carve it out. I sketched a doorway with white powder and used my heavy rock saws to hollow out a spacious room deep inside the stone. To shelter the entrance, I built a sturdy wooden canopy topped with a reliable solar panel above. On the ledge, I laid a smooth, durable pebble path and a protective guardrail before installing a sturdy wooden door. Stepping into the raw cave, I cleared out the debris with a wheelbarrow and marked an opening on the back wall, carefully breaking it open to form a window with a stunning natural mountain view. I dug a drainage channel across the stone floor, laid a pipe, and lined the ceiling and walls with thick protective sheeting. After installing a grid of wooden studs, I packed insulation into the gaps to stay warm during winter nights. I sheeted the walls with sturdy panels, nailed tongue-and-groove planks to the ceiling, and laid beautiful laminate flooring. Finally, I brought in a bed, a desk, a cozy, comfortable chair, and warm lighting to finish the ultimate peaceful off-grid cliffside bedroom retreat inside. Next, I moved to a sunny hillside to build an underground dome cabin with a secret double layer. I outlined a large circle with white powder and dug a deep pit directly into the soft earth below. I lined the walls with thick vertical logs and carefully laid down a flat log platform to form the roof. On top of this base, I built a sturdy geodesic dome frame from flexible branches, sheeted it with plywood, and wrapped it in a black waterproof barrier. I layered thick mud and wild grass thatch over the exterior for insulation and camouflage, finishing with a rustic wooden front door. Stepping inside the dome, I laid down a protective liner and beautiful dark wood floorboards. I then fashioned a circular trapdoor into the center of the floor, creating a hidden entrance to the lower level below. After setting up a small table and wooden shelves upstairs, I climbed down a ladder into the lower log-lined bunker. I excavated a floor drainage channel, laid a pipe, filled it with gravel, and lined the walls with framing and insulation. I finished the lower walls with smooth gray paneling and added a cozy bed to complete my hidden underground bunk shelter. Deep in the wetlands, I decided to construct a hidden underground bunker right beneath the sprawling roots of an ancient tree. I measured a square grid in the thick mud and carefully dug out a massive pit. To hold back the wet earth, I reinforced all four walls with heavy horizontal logs and built a solid log roof over the top. I covered the roof with a black waterproof sheet and buried it completely under mud, creating a hidden entry door tucked directly into the tangled tree roots. Inside the bunker, I dug a drainage channel across the dirt floor, installed a pipe, and blanketed it with smooth river pebbles below. I lined the interior with black sheeting, built a wooden stud grid, and tightly packed insulation into the walls and ceiling. After nailing down light wood ceiling planks, gray wall panels, and sleek floorboards, I brought in a dining table, chairs, and a small heating stove. From this main room, a separate doorway opens into an interconnected tunnel room lined with horizontal logs. I raked gravel across this second floor, added a sturdy subfloor grid, changed wood panels, and a cozy bed to make a secure two-room refuge for long-term survival. For my next build, I blended clever camouflage with a spherical design right by a winding jungle river. I dug a deep circular pit in the mud, lined it with sturdy vertical posts, and covered it with a flat log deck. Over this platform, I assembled a beautiful dome skeleton from flexible branches, covered it with thin vertical sticks, and added a protective blue tarp overhead. I packed thick black mud over the shell and completely covered it with fresh green moss so it blended naturally into the jungle, adding a rustic wooden door. Inside the moss dome, I installed protective sheeting, laid wood flooring, and added curved ceiling paneling before furnishing it with a table, chairs, and an iron stove. In the center, a round trapdoor leads down to the subterranean log pit below. Downstairs, I dug a floor trench, laid a pipe, covered it with gravel, and lined the circular walls with vertical log slats. I installed a curved framing grid, carefully stuffed insulation into the walls and floor, and finished it with beautiful vertical wood paneling and a soft beige carpet. Bringing in a wooden bed completed this luxury-round underground sanctuary retreat for relaxation. To finish my wilderness building journey, I created an incredible hidden underground duplex cabin in the dense tropical mangrove swamp. I started by carefully digging a deep square pit next to the water, lining the walls with vertical logs, and laying a flat log roof. On top of this underground deck, I constructed a sturdy A-frame wooden house skeleton with walls made of vertical sticks. I wrapped the entire upper structure in a black plastic sheet, covered it with mud, and layered thick wild grass thatch over it for perfect natural camouflage before adding a timber entry door. Inside the cozy upper hut, I laid a strong subfloor over the log deck and set up a dining table, chairs, and a small stove next to a square trapdoor. Opening the trapdoor reveals a ladder dropping down into the lower log-lined room below. Downstairs, I attached protective wall sheets, installed vertical wall studs, dug a drainage trench for a white pipe, and laid a gravel floor base over a black sheet. After building a floor grid, I nailed clean tongue-and-groove planks to the ceiling, dark wood panels to the walls, and carefully laid floorboards throughout downstairs. A comfy bed finished this peaceful duplex paradise retreat hidden deep within nature.